Hey there, boys and girls of YouTube world. Today, the Duff dog and I, we're gonna branch out. I believe it's Italian, a Porsche. So the story here is my cousin, who's a couple years older than me, and he's what is that? I don't know. He makes a bunch of money, but he's got 9 kids, so it probably all washes out. A pharmacist. Anyway, he wasn't mechanically inclined when we were kids, and I don't think he got any more mechanically inclined as we became adults. He's more of a person who peddles pills. He's like a drug dealer and a parent, apparently. So anyway, long story short, he inherited from his wife's Uncle Tom. I don't know if he's got a cabin or not, but anyway, 84 Porsche 944 or 944. I don't know. Anyway, it's been off the road a couple years. He asked if I wanted to take a look. It's from the big metropolis of Drake, North Dakota. It's like 3.5 hours away. I said, you bring it by, I'll take a look. I said, I don't have time to run up there, grab it. And I said, it might be out of your mechanical knowledge. He said, I agree. I said, it might be more. Anyway, he gave it to his oldest boy, so I think his 3rd kid. Tom did. And I think they're just going to get it running, and they're going to flip it, try to make a couple bucks on it. And then, anyway, so I said, yeah, I'll take a look at it for you. So they're bringing it down. It's only been off the road for 2 years. Shouldn't be bad. He says it's got new tires. We'll throw a battery in it. And we'll check, see what it's got for fuel, maybe siphon the fuel out of it. And hopefully it just fires right up. But yeah, we're all about jumping in a barn find Porsche. So Uncle Tom's a good guy for giving this thing to him. And hopefully we can get it running and then get it cleaned up and they can make a whole bunch of money and get his son a really nice car that's more reliable and feasible in the Midwest than a Porsche. And you have to say it Porsche. You can't call it a Porsche. The Porsche snobs, they get angry. So anyway, they're on your way here. You should be here in a little bit. How excited are you to go for an RIDE in an Italian car, Duff? No, I know you wanted a Bugatti. It's a Porsche. Not that excited? Not that excited. Oh, you want belly rubs? Okay, I'll give you some belly rubs until they show up. Also, be prepared for me to harass my cousin because that's what good cousins do. I feel like you should have a fanny pack and some white shoes.
Well, I think I'm gonna get that in the next stop.
Next stop.
Yeah.
God, you could pull a trailer with the van? What a deal. What a deal.
Hey, is this Duffy?
This is the Duff. Well, you washed it off on the way here?
Yes, sir.
All right, here it is. Is this thing pretty awesome? Yeah. Is it? Oh boy, she's clean though. One little hooey in the rocker, or maybe that's factory. That kind of looks like a factory dimple. Undercoated. Oh yeah. Way too nice for us. Well, let's get her unloaded, see what we can do. Oh, look at that. Unleaded fuel only in the back window. So that's kind of a little flapper cap on there. What a deal. Check out these door handles. It's like a trigger. Are those Toyota Proxies? They're directionals, apparently. Oh. All right, his trailer wasn't exactly ideal for car hauling, so we used the old rollback to scoot it off his trailer and into the shop. Now let's open the hood and see what we got going on. Check the oil, fluids, maybe throw a battery in it. Who knows how to open the hood? Duff, do you know how to open the hood? It's not there by the turn signal. You got this?
I got this one. This one I got.
If nothing else, we just gotta hook the battery up just to watch the headlights.
Yeah.
There's
Flip up and down. So growing up, Uncle Tom was the coolest.
He's always been kind of like this weird old uncle.
What I said, coolest.
Okay, there's actually no kickstand for this thing. So he had a fishing rod in here.
Because the hood shocks are shot, that's why.
Oh.
Yeah, it's totaled. Sorry, can't fix it. It's hood shocks. There you go. Maybe. You know how to check oil?
Yeah, put that in the oil.
So it's got oil on it. We're good to go, right?
Is it better?
Taste it. He thought about it for a second. He's like, this guy seems... No. He's sketchy as can be. Well, where's the fuel lines at? There's your fuel pressure regulator. There's your fuel line. So, I think we'll just unhook that and we'll put a battery in it and we'll see what kind of fuel comes out. We'll see what happens when we put a battery in it. 3/4 and 17 millimeters. Okay. I'm guessing it's all going to be metric, huh?
It was made in West Germany.
What?
Yeah.
I thought these, I can't work on this anymore. I thought this was Italian. I'm so excited. We were going to have like spaghetti and meatballs. I don't know what West Berlin has to offer for food.
I guess now it's gonna have.
Well, beer is,
Pretzel and
I
beer.
think,
Pretzels and beer?
It's a pretzel.
Talk me into it. My favorite. That is a big fuel line for a 4-cylinder. Did you have to evict any critters?
No.
West Germany, 9 of 83. Chin, where were you in 1983?
I was Sparkle.
Sparkle, 41 years ago. And allegedly, it only weighs 3,418 pounds. Allegedly. Well, it looks like it's got coolant in it, and it's green. So here's like the headlight flipping mechanism all kind of tied together. And there's an electric, kind of like a window motor that flips it all. The earlier ones were vacuum. Yeah, that guy right there. You could be our hand model. My mom says I got a face for radio, so you got Crocs and socks. This guy likes to party, huh? Are they at least legit Crocs?
Yeah.
Yeah, Chin's got Docs. They're Dollar General Crocs.
Docs.
Docs. They're not the Docs that your dad and I wore in high school and slipped on the ice. While Chin does the battery here, let's open the air box. Make sure no mice have moved in there. You guys know who Fievel is?
No.
You didn't watch that?
An American story?
An American Tail.
An American Tail, there you go.
Yeah. That's what this car's name could be.
That's actually a really good movie.
Right?
Yeah.
It's kind of like The Land Before Time. I think they made some sequels. And how about The Land Before Time? You watched that?
There was definitely some sequels.
They kind of fell off after the first one.
No, they're on 94. Now that's what I call music, 120.
Look at this negative cable. It's actual cable.
Oh, that's for real. Rubber coating? We don't need that. It's a race car. What is that the cruise control right there?
This is
Well, it must be.
What? It's gotta be. Huh. Interesting. Were the 911s rear engine? And these ones were.
No.
What did you do?
It's also not long enough to get to said negative.
Can you spin it the other way? No, then it's not gonna work either. What do we got? We got any smaller batteries? It's a reverse polarity like a Ford.
Wasn't the other battery in the other way?
Did you pronounce this word that's on the valve cover over here? It starts with a Z.
Zinford.
What do we got?
I bet it stands for firing order.
ZUNDFOLG. It's firing order.
It's Italian for firing order.
It's Italian for a race car.
I don't want to get long one and make it obnoxious. I wanted it the right way.
Yeah, it's a German, West German sports car. You know, you got to keep it numbers matching.
Oh, now it's gonna have a standard bolt on it. So.
All right, here's our K&N air filter. Not too bad. No mouse houses, so I think we're good. Maybe we'll blow it out a little bit. So we'll put that back together. So who's gonna drive this home then?
Gideon.
Huh?
Not you?
Oh no, not Gideon.
That would be me.
Has it been a while since you drove a stick?
It has been a while.
We'll take you out in a wheat stubble field, let you practice a little bit before return. He lives in the big city.
It has a bra.
It's I was gonna say it's le bras.
It's French for the bra.
It's Italian. It's not French. Come on.
Oh, oui.
What was West Germany? Was that the
Well, that was before the.
Which side was the-
That was before the Soviet Union fell.
before
Yeah.
David Hasselhoff tore that wall down? Don't hassle.
So
The Hoff. People will believe whatever you say on the internet.
Volkswagen. This is, I think, a mostly Volkswagen designed car.
Yeah, I knew there was something with Volkswagen, and then we got to talking about it. Like, no,
also, it has
Volkswagen's German. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, okay, maybe I'm an idiot.
And then he ended up with 2 bugs.
Yeah, and I bought two Volkswagens last
He
week.
looked up Volkswagen apparently. See the
All of the ground cables are uncovered like that. You're gonna give her a whirl, huh?
Oh,
See what wipers are on.
yeah, we couldn't figure out how to turn those off.
They're just permanent. No, it senses the water that's on the windshield. It's even got the bra for the mirrors. Wipers.
Yeah, we have the manual though. Owner's manual.
How about you just pull the wiper lever all the way down?
Did that work?
Yeah.
All right. We'll go with that.
Ah, just kidding. It doesn't work.
Come on.
Maybe you just go up one click. Maybe all the way down is delay. That's what we're going with. Nothing. Well, that concludes our Will It Run today, folks.
So that means fuel pump?
Yeah, which is really common on, electric fuel pumps just because they sit. Maybe it's out of fuel. Maybe Tom put it away. No fuel in it.
What's the gauge say?
It says R, as in full, reserve. Factory VDO gauges, though.
Smells really nice in there.
That dinger is horrendous. Is there good gas in that? Somehow I feel like you're bluffing me. So, get some gas.
What was that gas in it?
What's that?
What was that gas in it?
Is there?
Yeah, she said it. She said that. I don't know for sure. Well, why did you say there
What
was?
does it smell like? Put your nose in there.
Smells good.
See?
I mean, it smells bad, but I don't know.
You like bad smells? You like, you like,
smells
like
good,
feet
but
and farts?
it smells good.
Duff, what do you think? What does it smell like?
Why don't you smell it?
I don't smell bad gas. Oh, that little slipper isn't like a cover, it's like a shield, so when you drizzle gas down the side and you pull the handle in and out, it catches it so it doesn't get it on the quarter panel of your car.
They thought
How
of
neat
everything.
is that?
That's pretty neat.
They thought of everything.
It's for what, so when you fill it up with gas like we're doing and you slobber gas all over, it doesn't get on the paint.
How do you know when to stop?
When it starts coming off the top. Yep. Whoa!
Take her out of here. I think that was you.
Come on! I'm gonna be standing over here from now on.
Nothing. All right. Well, we can't use the "it ain't got no gas in it" excuse.
It ain't got no gas in it.
I know what's wrong with it. Ain't got no gas. Well, clearly there was not an electrical problem, judging by all the fuses in the center console.
What's the PC fuses?
What's in here? Oh, that's your ashtray.
You put your grandma's ashes in there?
What is this? Aww. Did the headlights not come on? Aww. That's sad. Check this out, Alpine tape deck. And look at this.
Oh yeah.
Tape holders. Sweet. What's your favorite cassette? Do you know what a cassette is?
Yeah, but I don't know any cassettes.
Oh, some Beastie Boys, Black Sabbath, Nazareth, Hair of the Dog. You seem like you'd be into that 80s rock.
I love 80s.
I guess we're gonna keep digging for a fuse panel. Found the fuse panel down here by the clutch pedal, and I have never seen
There's no way.
fuses like these. And they all look good though, so that doesn't help us out. Oh, I do see a scotch clip peeking out down in there though. That might be a culprit. So the fuel pump is conveniently just kind of hanging down here on the frame rail, and inconveniently it doesn't have any power going to it. So that might be our problem, but it can't help. So we're gonna take the wires off of it and we're gonna send our own power and ground to it. See what happens. So yeah, the fuel pump, we tested on the bench. It wasn't doing fuel pump things. So I had this aftermarket one and it conveniently just pretty much bolted into place. So we're gonna try that. We got her wired into the power probe for now so we can run it manually. We got fuel up top. So let's do VW things. I mean, Porsche things. So yeah, all we did was unhook this line right here going into the rail, which we should have just taken this plug off because apparently that's where the manual tells you to test for pressure. Look at this, legit line wrenches. How's that going for you?
Not good.
Alright, it's out of gear. Okay, now I guess we better check for spark. Well, let's pull the coil off, wire off. You just want to come hang on to this and we'll crank it over?
No.
No. You want to go crank it over, Phil, when I tell you?
Yep.
And I'll get the power of Grayskull.
By the power of Grayskull.
Watch the spark to jump from there to there. No, you don't actually. Okay. It's just kind of weird. Okay.
All right.
Does that have a gear?
Should be. Okay.
No sparks.
We got no spark, Job. That's not good for business, no.
How are you gonna get a spark?
I don't know. I don't even know how to get this distributor cap off.
Should watch a YouTube channel on how to.
You can't believe anything those YouTubers do. You gotta push and turn? Don't snap. Let's not screw them both up.
Yeah, it doesn't say give it a quarter turn.
Oh, you go clockwise instead of counterclockwise. Maybe. You know.
I have suggested,
Yeah. Why?
Must be your German.
Heritage. The Johnson German heritage.
Oh yeah.
Carefully.
The rotor is now visible at the center of the distributor. It is held in place by an Allen head screw.
Kind of outnumbered by girls today, Job.
Me too.
Well, I'm not sure you guys can see in there, but the inside of this cap looks pretty corroded, chewy. I don't know what you call that. And the rotor is kind of the same, and it's kind of stuck. What did you say? Something about an Allen screw or set screw?
Yeah.
Is that what holds that?
The
Wild.
rotor is now visible at the center of the distributor. It is held in place by an Allen head screw.
I'm gonna just tap the key just to see if it turns for S's and G's to make sure the timing belt's not broken or whatever turns it. It runs up into the camshaft, so yeah, it's supposed to be timing belt. Yep. Well, it's gotta be electronic ignition. There's our coil there. Let's see if we got, turn the key on, we'll see if we got power at the coil. Yeah, we got power at the coil. What kind of magic takes place? Crank it over. Okay, try it again. Okay. Looks like our battery's getting a little low. I guess we'll scratch on the rotor, try to clean her up a bit, do the same on the cap, put her back together and see what happens. Bump it over, Chin. Again? Okay, right there. There we go.
We're hanging out.
Ooh.
They don't want to.
It's not happy.
We're gonna eat it, Grandma.
Oh, there it went. Ooh. Lucky. Does it say anything about having to remove it all the way or just loosen it?
To replace the rotor, loosen Allen screw. The rotor is a tight fit and it may be necessary to carefully tap it off the end of the distributor shaft.
AKA, this is when I tap it and it breaks, and that's the end of the video. Gotcha. Yeah, right. What's your method of madness for removing stuck on Bakelite?
WD-40.
Fixes everything. Man, I feel like this is... yeah. And all I want to take it off is just to look to see what's going on in there. But I don't really see anything that could be leading to the situation that we're having. So I did a little Porsche research last night. Sounds like there's 2 speed sensors on the crankshaft, and they run the DME, which is the ECU for the VW Porsche, and you can test the resistance to see if they're bad.
I'm only getting resistance at one point. These are the 2, are kind of the pinout.
Yeah, you got to go check out DME 944 guy on YouTube. He shows you all this stuff. But
I'm only getting resistance across the reference sensor wiring between pins 8 and 27, and it's within the range, but I can't get anything in any of the other ones.
so you're saying we need some speed sensors?
Yeah.
Both of them?
Yeah.
Sweet. So we'll probably have to get some of them on order.
All right, for the Porsche 944, we got the reference and speed sensors in. They're the same part number 2351634. And because it was a real pain to put them in, I'm going to test them prior to putting them in, going across the 26 and 25 and 26 and 8 and 27 terminals. I need to hit within 600 and 1600 ohms, and I'm at just under 900, 895. So with that reading, I'll probably go and get them installed, try it out. So as you can see, that's where the reference and speed sensors go. B is the reference, D is the speed sensor, and they're labeled as such on the block. These cables are also labeled BG and DG to match. This one has already been coated with red. That was the top one, which I had written down on my sheet as the speed. We'll get to try to slamming them in there. It's kind of in a real pain in the butt spot, but here we go. I had sprayed some squirrel piss or some Zeppum down the holes before to help slide these down. I'm probably also gonna spray these O-rings with a little bit as well to aid in the installation. What a real bugger this is gonna be.
Bugger!
Not that excited about the placement. I found the hole.
It's in. Oh my god, it's in.
I'm in. Oh, wasn't the one I wanted. I want to put the one in the speed sensor first because it's an even worse spot. There we go. Man, that went in quite a bit better than it came out. They were pretty brittle and hard, so hopefully this helps. All right, reference sensor going in. Find the hole. Oh, that one is quite a bit more manageable. There, all the way. Now I'm just gonna line them up with the bolt holes, which are also in very terrible spots. Try to get those bolts in without dropping it down into, there's a sight hole for setting the timing right there. That's how you set the timing on this thing, and it's really close to where the hardware for those sensors goes in, so I'm gonna attempt not to drop them in there. Maybe if I just get one started. Probably the back. Oh, come on, fingers, work. This is your time to shine, fingers, small hand things. All right, just like I said, that bolt was a real pain in my behind. Gotta get behind all this stuff, but this one should go a little more swimmingly. All right, got them both bolted up. Probably gonna check the resistance one more time and plug them in. All right, those are back in. They checked out. They matched the same resistance as they did before when I checked them on the bench. So they got installed. That's not a very fun spot to install them, actually. A lot of stuff underneath there, and hopefully that helps. Hopefully that makes it work.
All right, we are back on the old 944. Is it the 944? The 944? I don't know. We got a fuel pump. Chin got the crank sensor thingers in there. I asked him if he checked to see if the tach signal went up when he cranked it over, because that's how you check them. He said there's no battery in it. So that was his extent of troubleshooting. Anyway, I'm gonna put a fuel pump in it. This is a direct bolt-on. It's a lot heavier than most of the other ones. So it just slips on with a hose clamp from the fuel tank right over the barb. And this end, it's got a banjo bolt. So we just gotta take that off. Put 2 connectors on there, clamp that holds it in place. Super easy. Be done in a jiffy. 2 shakes of a jackrabbit's behind. And it's right there behind the wheel. Don't even have to jack it up. Did we see these before? Supports for the valve stems? How neat is that?
How neat is that?
All the centrifugal force of going Mach 9. You know, let's push your valve stem out. Porsche had it figured out. Oh. All right, pump is in. We're gonna throw a battery in it. I'm gonna crank it over and see if we get a tach signal. I haven't hooked up the wires to the pump because they're just 2 regular wires with eyelets, and I don't know which positive and which one's ground. So we're gonna have to test, see if we got voltage back there and which side is which. But let's throw a battery in it first and see if we even got a tach signal. Forgot our hood shocks are shot. Should order those on the old Rock Auto, so prop rod time it is. Looks like I Am Groot is our battery sponsor the second half of this week. Hopefully there's not a third half. I don't know when this project started. Before I went to Texas. So 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. You never know. Sit sideways. Strange. We got some dinging, so the key must be on. So I don't know what those 2 sensors are for. They're the same part number, and they both do the same thing, but one goes to the ECU, or they both go to the ECU. One's for the injectors, and one's for the timing, or one's for the spark. I don't know. Not a Porsche guy. Don't plan to be. Oh, you just gotta fall right in this thing. All right. Neutral. Clutch in. All right, we're watching for a tach signal. It should just wiggle ever so slightly. There we go. See her dancing up there? All right, now I'm gonna hook up the multimeter and we'll see if we can figure out which side's positive, which side's negative, and see if we can't get a pump working. All right, fuel pump is wired up. Let's see what happens. Slingshot engaged. Can we say that with a Porsche? Come on, baby. Talk German to me. Son of a biscuit. Hopefully we hooked everything back up under the hood. Let's double check. I don't see any extra parts over here. That looks like the box for Chin's parts. That's the owner's manual. And the cover. Oh my gosh, there's a seat back there. You're supposed to sit in that. We had the cap off, but that's back on. Coils hooked up. Plug wires are all on. I don't think we ever had any of those loose. What could it be? Fuel lines hooked up. Let's go back there and see if we can hear the pump run. Hey, I think it might start. The pump's running. Slingshot engage. Go for it.
Slingshot engaged.
All right, Mojo couldn't get her to light off, so I'm gonna give her a whirl, see if I can't do some damage. Oh, she's close. Or it was just that bad gas that ruined the injectors, maybe. Hopefully it comes out. What do you think it is, Mojo? I said, what do you think it is? Cycle that key again.
Okay.
Just leave it at on.
On.
Off.
Up.
Turn it to on.
Okay. It's on.
Okay, go to crank. Now try to start it. Try it again.
Okay.
So I hooked a Milwaukee 12-volt battery up to the fuel pump and ran the snot out of that thing, and should be getting all kinds of fuel pressure. So it still could be the injectors, or the injectors not wanting to be fired, or spark plugs, spark. I don't know. That's what we're gonna test next. Spark. Well, here's our Delco spark plugs, 41-802, made in USA. They all look pretty respectable, I would say. We'll plug these back in and see if we got spark. Oh man, look at this. We got all kinds of hot spark. That's what we should name our band instead of hot garbage. All right, crank her over, Mojo. All right. We got spark. We can put them back in. Now it's something more difficult. I wonder if we got a stuck injector or something. I guess we'll have to pull this fuel rail off and see what we can do. All right, took a little work, a little wiggling, but so 1, 2, cylinder number 2, when we pulled it out, that injector sprayed all over. So we're wondering if that one wasn't sticking open and not letting the other ones get pressure. So it's only firing on that cylinder, which is probably getting flooded, and then also maybe enough pressure for 1 or 2 of the other cylinders. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these and we're gonna run them in the old ultrasonic cleaner and see what happens. Just ran our injectors through the ultrasonic cleaner. I don't know, can't hurt. Just throw them all back together and see. They didn't look like they're full of crap. There's a filter built into them. The tip on one came off. It's just a cup. Doesn't really affect it. We popped it back on. Everything should be good. Slide them back together and see. There was a bunch of pressure behind the rail, so we know we got pressure up there. I thought one was leaking, but that was the one where the cup came off. So I don't know. We're gonna throw it back together and see. And if this doesn't work, then we'll get the Noid light out and start doing that fun stuff, checking to see if we're getting power and ground and all that good stuff there. And all that holds these things in is basically friction around these O-rings, and then there's a clip on the top side that holds it in place. And then when you put the rail down, there's some bolts that holds the rail down. So actually, since these clip in place, I think we can put them up on there and we can crank it over and see which ones are firing. Hopefully, all of them now. We should have checked that before we took it apart, but I'm an idiot.
I'm an idiot.
I did put a little dollar store Vaseline on them to hopefully hold them in place. Alright, all of our injectors are in place, the connectors are on. Let's see if we can get Mojo to turn the key and see what happens. This might be a bad idea. Just crank it just for a second. Again?
One more?
Yep. Okay. Alright, they're all spraying, so it should run. Let's see. Get her drop back in place. Definitely should have checked before so we could have done it before and after, but once it got pressure up here, got all the air out, it seemed like they were spraying. You just want to hear this thing run, don't you?
Yeah.
You ever been to Germany?
No.
Ever been to Canada?
Nope.
Mexico?
Nope.
You ain't never left the U.S., huh?
Nope. I haven't left the U.S.
You've probably seen the ocean before, though, at least, huh?
Yeah, I've seen the Gulf of Mexico, Corpus Christi,
Yep.
been down there. And I've been up to, I could see Canada.
You could see it, but you never went in.
Well, nope.
That was good enough for you, huh?
Right. Well, yeah. Went up to Portage, up there west of Minot,
Oh, yep.
up there. And I've been up to Crosby. I've been way up there with Merrill Plows delivery. And I've been way down in Nevada, Battle Mountain. And I've been to Denver. Yeah.
California?
No.
Heck no, didn't want to go there, huh?
I don't know. Ben, like I said, you can almost spit there. Never made it. I got a brother that lives down in Battle Mountain, Nevada.
Yep.
No.
All right.
We're gonna fire it up?
We're gonna try anyway. If she lights off, take it easy on her, you know. Hey! Just needed to show them injectors a little love. Got oil pressure? Yep, oil pressure's over there. Yep. No, that's a clock. There you go. All kinds of oil pressure. Even though she's a little clattery. We just gotta pick up our tools and we'll go for a rip. No mouse house come out of the tailpipe. I'm guessing the gas, ethanol, what have you, got into them injectors and just plugged them up a bit. So running them through the heat cycles in the old ultrasonic cleaner and then the vibrations. And then I don't know, we just grabbed Pine Sol, I think is what we've been running lately. Maybe that helped loosen it up, but it seems like she's good to go. She's ready for the track. Better see what we got for extra parts. Looks like just parts came with that fuel pump. Came with new boots and eyelets. What a deal. Them little ultrasonic cleaners, they're handy. Checked on Rock Auto and then those injectors were like 40 some bucks a piece, so 40 times 4, 160 bucks it saved us, plus shipping and tax, title, license. Just paid for my machine. All right, now to see if it's got a clutch. I got a sneaking suspicion we're gonna need a battery because this thing comes down and seals right there, which is right by the positive. So I think we're gonna have to find a lower profile battery to throw in there. And she is clattery. Wasn't on the list, just wanted to get it running. All right, she's been a couple of weeks now since this thing died. Chin came out the next day and it fired right up. So he topped her off with gas and there it sits. So let's see if it'll start. And if it starts, let's do a test drive. Gotta plug in the old never start first. I'm guessing that's gonna be a vacuum leak, whatever it is. Oh, she's a long way down in here. Is this the one? We got dinghy. We got a dinghy dead battery. All right, let's get the booster pack or a different battery or something. See what happens. All right, I don't have much for options for batteries that clear, so we got a booster pack. See what that does. Sounds a little rough at the start, but she took off. Let's see if we can't limp it up to the shop and we'll either plug that vacuum leak or put a splice in there because that can't be helping things. And we'll set up some cameras and hopefully go for a test drive. Look at this guy. He's ready to go for an RID in a Porsche. Duff, do you like the German automotives?
Das Auto.
Huh? Load up. Let's go. Get over here. He's like, you tell me not to jump on you, I'm not jumping over you. He can meet us at the shop. Oh, the window works. Thank goodness. Does Duff's? No. How about with this switch? No. It's gonna be a warm one on Duff's side.
Das Auto.
Where is the park brake? We'll just hope Jim didn't set it. Oh yeah, he's a good kid. He knows we don't use park brakes around here. All right, let's run her up front, fix a vacuum leak. Brakes? Yep. Here we go, just took a little piece of vacuum hose and made her into a splice. There's definitely vacuum there. She was whistling while I was hooking that up. It's a pretty small vacuum leak, so it didn't seem like it made it run any different, but yeah, let's button the bonnet and do Porsche things. We better take our hood prop rod with, just in case we need to do work on it on the side of the road. Fuel gauge is not working. Needs hood struts. I'm sure we'll add to the list by the time we're done. See if we can find the Duff. He probably says it's too hot to ride in a car that the window doesn't roll down. He doesn't seem overly interested in the old Porsche. Can't say I blame him. Well, yeah, this thing snuck up in a background of a couple of videos, specifically the 51 Chevy Advanced design. People are like, is that a 924 or 944 Porsche in the background? They lost their minds. Porsche things. Heaven forbid you got a couple Volkswagens too. So ergonomic. Load up. You go for riding a Porsche or no? Coming with? Load up. Let's go. Come on, we know you love rides, even if they're German rides. AC, come on, baby. The blower blows. Fan all the way to the left. Come on, have AC, Duff says. I don't think we're gonna get AC, Duff. We're just gonna turn that hot air contraption off. And we're off. Oh boy, this bucket seat really grabs at you. I feel like I should be about 60 pounds lighter. Then I'd fit real good. Maybe that's the way it's supposed to be. Big bolsterous seats. Here goes nothing. There's second. This thing is speedy. I'm doing over 20 in second. Second goes up to 40. I feel like it likes the RPMs. Coolant is about the middle. Oh, it's got an upshift light. Where does it shift? Oh, it tells you at like 2,600. Boring. We're going to 35. It loves it. We're doing the speed limit in 4th. And it's at like, it's kind of like surging at 1,100 RPMs. But then the tach jumps up to 2,200. So I don't know if that's, yeah, that's the way it's running. I think one of those sensors is not happy. Maybe it's happier at higher RPM. Yeah, it just cruises along at $3,000. But when you lug it, per se, in 4th at like 1,100, it's not happy. A little vibration in the steering wheel. I'd imagine these tires got to be flat spotted. They're kind of a soft rubber compound. And like I said, it sat for a few years. Yeah, it's definitely kind of surgy-ish. Is that a word? I don't know if it's a vacuum leak or maybe it's those injectors need to be replaced. Imagine that. Cleaning it just didn't cut it. There's a mile per gallon gauge and it's like just wigging out on me, just. So I feel like that's hooked up to vacuum. So I feel like the vacuum is fluctuating rapidly. Maybe it'll come out of it. Maybe it's the low octane gas we put in. Maybe she wants the premium, the 91. Yeah. 65 mile an hour at about 3,200 RPM. But as soon as you shift into 5th, it drops way down. Oh, just kidding. It goes like 21, 2,200 RPM. Just leave her at that, see what she does. Yeah, the steering wheel goes on the road straight, but the steering wheel just. So I feel like that's kind of a flat spot on the tire, which is pretty common on stuff that sits, especially these newer, softer compound tires. Who knows? Who knows? Yeah, we'll have to look in with that MPG gauge. If that's hooked up to vacuum, we definitely got something funky either going on with the vacuum or something else that controls the vacuum. How about the cruise? Does this thing... Oh, there is a cruise button. There's resume. Cancel. Set Excel. Come on, Cruise. Tom Cruise, work for us. No. No, Cruise. Sad day. Yeah, these seats, I don't know that I could drive cross country in them, and this is coming from a guy who drove cross country in a 96-year-old Model A. They're just... I got love handles, and this thing has built-in love handles, and they're both fighting for the same real estate. What do you think about it, Duff? You're not sold either? Yeah. We got our Porsche fix off the old 944. She can go back to cousin Phil, and old Gideon can decide what he wants to do with it, because we don't need it. I will put price and availability in the video description. Try to help sell it for these guys, because I assume they want to sell it. It is what it is. Like I said, it needs a little bit of loving. Maybe these tires will come out of it, but you probably want to buy a set of tires. I think it could probably use injectors, and then maybe check for a vacuum leak. It wouldn't hurt to just give her a good tune-up. Plugs, wires, cap, rotor, all that good stuff. I'm guessing the sending unit is shot, or maybe the float got a pinhole and sunk, but she's stuck at reserve. AC is not working. It's got good oil pressure, it looks like. Body and interior wise, this thing is nice. You pull that bumper out, you hook onto it, and pull her out with the tie it to a tree, I don't know, use the rollback, use another vehicle, use a bottle jack, handyman jack, I don't know. I don't think it would be too hard to pull that out, but other than that, the body is nice, interior is exceptional. It's a really clean car, just needs to be driven, and a little bit of work, not bad. I think it would be a fun car to drive. Like I said, I feel like it really wants to get up in the RPMs, even though the old upshift arrow in the tachometer is saying otherwise. Boring upshift arrow. See how she wraps out. Just hugs the curves. Yeah, it kind of seems like it falls down at about 4,000 RPM, so it's not like crazy, but there again, I think a tune-up would help that a lot. And we lost power. Dun 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 dun. Good news is it's right in front of the local watering hole, so that's a good spot. We'll see if it starts back up, but I feel like we don't have enough battery power. And maybe that's why it died too, is because we don't have a good battery in it. A lot of times when you got, especially when you got electronic ignition, if you don't have a good 12 and a half volts, they do funny things. And we'll crank it over. Maybe the charging system needs some work too. Listen, Duff. Nope. She cranks over like a champ. So it's not a charging issue. All right, I guess we're gonna have to call the Chin towing service / wrecker service to come get us. All right, I guess that's gonna wrap it up on the old Porsche. We're too busy with our own stuff. We don't like doing customer stuff. Like I said, I did this to kind of help out my cousin. So yeah, I mean, we could dig into this further and see why it's dying, if it's spark, if it's gas. It's probably not losing compression, but we're just too busy with our own stuff to work on other people's stuff. And I can't get super excited about this car. If this was like a 911 Turbo Cabrera Moto Guzzi something or other, we'd dig into it deeper. But that's kind of what I told him at the start. I said, yeah, we'll throw a battery in it and, you know, do a couple little things. And those couple little things have already snowballed. We did those, I don't know what they're called, crank sensors or cam sensors or position sensors, and we did a fuel pump, which is pretty common with these fuel injected engines, and a battery, of course. But then we got into the injectors, which is further than I wanted to go. So yeah, we learned some things. Speaking of that, let's see if those... Shut up, now it wants to run again. Kind of. So yeah, that's weird. I don't know what's going on, why it starts and doesn't want to start. Leave a comment down below if you're a Porsche fanatic and know what this thing's doing. Seems like it runs for a while and then doesn't. And it never runs like as good as I think this thing should run. I feel like it should run pretty hard. But it's not. So yeah. It's hot. I'm right next to the watering hole, so I might go grab an adult beverage, seeing so we got Chin to drive us home. And we'll call her a day. So thank you very much for watching. Go check out our merch, mortske.com. We got shirts, we got sweatshirts, we got ball caps, we got beanies, we got magnetic koozies, we got magnetic screwdrivers. Yeah, for working on your Porsche. We got decals, we got banners, we got coolers. That's right, we got coolers. So every purchase helps out to buy stuff for this car and other cars and parts and fuel. And it costs a lot of money to run a shop that doesn't really have an income per se. We don't have customers footing the bill, so we have to foot it all ourselves. And basically, you guys are what allows us to do that. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it. My cousin appreciates it. He got some work done on his car, and yeah, Chin appreciates Mojo. We all get to screw around with old cars, and it's like the best job ever. So again, thank you guys so much. Without you guys, we wouldn't be able to do these fun things, and or we would have to have regular jobs when we do it. So yeah, very much appreciated. So thank you very much for watching. Like I said, go check out our other videos. Leave a comment down below if you know what's wrong with this thing. Again, price and availability down here in the old video description if you want to order yourself a, I forget what this is even, 84 Porsche, a 944. It's a really clean car. Needs some mechanicals, but it'd be a good one to put some bucks into. It has been pretty well stored, I'll give it that. I don't know about well maintained, but I think it's been pretty well maintained. It's just, unfortunately, like a lot of these cars, just the owner things got away from him and it sat for a couple years. So, all right, remember, it doesn't matter, get it done, so long as you're having fun. I think a Porsche would be a lot more fun if it ran. All right, on to the next one. Chin says we should fix the bumper since we didn't fix the car. So there's a hook. She's tied down, kind of goodish. We'll tie it down a little bit better and then hook her to the skid steer. Whoa! Is it just deformed?
That the plastic is just messed up. Cause it like shot right out.
Oh, looks like about the same. Yo, keep gun out. Body by Mortske. We just pimped your ride. You've got to pimp your ride.